and he's gaining hasanat from all the talk and backbiting that goes on. So the first thing that Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab does is he teaches them. Any of his books, you find them so simple. Al-Usul al-Thalatha, very simple. Why? Because this is Aqidah. Aqidah is really simple. He wanted to show the Ummah how simple this Tawheed and this Aqidah is. The core of La ilaha illallah, the basic, the structure. Your skeleton, Aqidah is like your skeleton. It forms you. If it's good, you're going to be good. If that skeleton is bad, it's going to be just like the structure of a house. The foundation of the house. If the foundation is good, you have a nice house. If it's not good, one day it's going to crumble and fall down. This is what he wanted to teach them. You take the Quran and the Sunnah. The mind is not different. You know, the Quran and the Sunnah always go along with the mind. The problem comes when the mind has been tainted and when the mind has been around evil people. You know, if we say one fiqh issue today or one aqidah issue, everyone's going to come up with a resolution to it, different resolution. Why? He's been raised in some kind of town. He's been raised he's seen some mushrikeen. He's seen some innovation. So everyone's going to come. We take the Quran and the Sunnah, and if there's a conflict, if there appears to be a conflict, then that conflict is from our mind, not from the Quran and the Sunnah. The next thing Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab did that made him so successful is that his da'wah was to the universe. His da'wah wasn't to a classification or not another. Like me, you know, when I give lectures, it's only to youth. It's only and mostly to youth. I rarely would ever, in fact, I wouldn't go to elders. Because, you know, we don't have elders today, but elders are usually stubborn. You know, that's how I feel, and that's the truth. And that's what you see in history. You know, when Allah talks about Musa alayhi salam, He says, وَمَا آمَنَ لِمُوسَى إِلَّا ذُرِّيَّةٌ. Except a small group of people believed in Musa. Who are these small group who believed in Musa? The small group who believed in Musa, Ibn Kathir says, were the youth. Did Musa not give da'wah to all the people of his time? Of course, Musa gave da'wah to all people of his time. However, who's the one who's accepting? The youth. Always. It's always that. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are elder, who are born into something, and they change. But it's hard. Usually it's the youth. The youth think. Then they go and ask, and they go and figure out, and then they come back. This is the truth. That's why you find that. That's why you find the Surah Al-Kahf, the people in Surah Al-Kahf, who were in the cave, who Allah changed the sun for them. The sun changed its movement for those people in the cave. The surah you know about. Who were they? They were youth. They were youth who, there was a day of celebration in their time, back thousands of years ago. There was a day of celebration where they worshiped statues, and the youth said, oh, they're rebellious. We don't worship statues. So as they're going in a line, and the leader forces them to go, they snuck out, one after the other. And it was youth. And they gathered there, and that's how Allah has their story in the Quran, where He used to move them. If you look at them, it's as though they were sleeping. Allah, in honor to them, actually, to show you the honor, a dog that was with them, Allah mentions it in the Quran. Look how much Allah honors them. A dog that was with them, He's mentioned in the Quran. Not only are they honored, even a dog that was with them. These were the youth. You also know the story of that 13-year-old boy, the one prior to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, after Isa and prior to the Prophet, who stood against the world. The one, قُتِلَ أَصْحَابُ الْأُخْدُودِ, the one who the leader, the king of the time, built a trench and burned everyone. He said, we want to kill you. After he was on Tawheed, and he was firm on Tawheed, that young boy. It's a long story. The gist of it, they tried to kill him by throwing him off a mountain. The people wanted to kill him, fell down, and he came back. He came back to the king. He's on a mission. The second one, they tried to kill him when he's in a ship. They take him, the leader says, take him in a ship. When you get in the middle, throw him out of the ship. Throw him out. They fall out and he comes back. Second time, this was a man on a mission. He says, you're never going to kill me. You're never going to kill me unless you do what I tell you. And that is to gather everyone and take an arrow out of my back and shoot me in between my eyes and say, in the name of the Lord of the young boy. And he did that. As soon as he said that, everyone said, Ashhadu an la ilaha, young boy, teenager, free teenager, 12 or 13 years old. قُتِلَ أَصْحَابُ الْأُخْدُودِ النَّارِ ذَاتُ الْوَقُودِ إِذْهُمْ عَلَيْهَا. That's one of the times that Allah made an infant speak when she was hesitant to jump in the fire, and the infant was in her hand. She told her, Mother, jump, you're on the truth. And she did jump in that fire, and that's what Allah mentions it in the Quran. Young boy, revived the whole Ummah.